I'm actually Slanina-Davies. I play Amy Barnes, who's 15 and expecting a baby.
I'm Hollie-Jay Bowes. I play Michaela McQueen, and she's best friends with Amy Barnes. She's been brought up in a different way to a lot of people in the Hollyoaks village have. And she sort of took you out, didn't she? Well, not you, but she took Amy out, and I don't know, she took her out
and tried to sort of show her this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which Amy wasn't used to at all, because I probably suspect she'd had one glass of champagne probably at a family's wedding or something.
Yeah.
And liked the change. So was very easily led by Michaela down this route of doing whatever Michaela says.
Tea.
Chatting.
Bow.
Bow Street.
High Street. Yeah, I can't afford to find. Chinese.
Initially, it was definitely more Amy's character that was doing all this for Michaela to just get attention off someone, just a bit of attention.
Yeah, it's a good banter between us both anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, they seem like an odd couple, because it's like an
Amy was the
class, geeky type girl.
Yeah.
And
Michaela's just the rough, I can't even say that word, but just the rough sort of, I don't know, the one who wanted to be popular in school but never could be.
The scally.
She's a scally. She's a proper chav, isn't she? Nothing ever impacts on the friendship between Amy and Michaela.
No.
They seem to hate each other but come back for more.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very sort of volatile but intense friendship.
Yeah, very emotional friendship. They don't say eye to eye very often, but when they do, they really do. I can remember being like that at 12, 13. She just hasn't grown up. And that's what I find funny about it, really. Do you see Amy in yourself?
No, I see Amy and my little sister. I've got a little sister called Bryony, who's 13. And every time I read a scene in a script where Amy's like snapping at her family and shouting at her family, I just think of Bryony. My little sister, who literally will walk in the house and go, "Oh nay!" and sit down and start watching the TV.
Oh nay? What's oh nay?
It's a Wigan thing.
A Wigan thing, right.
There's just absolutely loads of peer pressure all the time that you don't even realise is there.
Yeah.
Like, you only realise
when you really think about it.
Years after, reflecting on it and thinking, hang on a minute, would I actually have done that?
If it was just on my own 2 feet.
So
I remember being about 10 or 11, wasn't even in secondary school yet, and I hung around with a couple of older girls, and there was a local shop near ours, and they said, go on, just go and nick some sweets, And I ended up nicking these sweets, and I felt so guilty. I went in and put them back. And it was just like a lollipop or some of them violet things, and it was just...
I remember going to the chemist when I was about 5 or 6 and playing with all the bobbles and hair clips. And I've got a habit where I put bobbles on my wrist. I always have one on my wrist. And I did it, not realising, in the chemist. Walked outside, was going to the car, about to get in the car, went to reach out to get the door handle, and I saw the bobble on my wrist, burst into tears, ran back in the chemist, put it down and ran back out.
Manx.
Breakdancing.
Chocolate.
Flowers.
Johnny Depp, if he walked around as
a pirate
all the time. There's not much you can research. How to shoplift, how to steal some Alka Pops. It was kind of like, you just sort of, I don't know. Because
I think it's something that you all go through anyway. Just being at high school puts you in that situation, and everyone has to go through high school. So
or maybe being the outcast and wanted to be in that popular group, and that's what they do. So you try it for a moment and think, that's not for me. And I think everyone's gone through that with some sort of situation or another. Maybe if it's not shoplifting, it might be something else. I don't particularly like it because I was bullied in school, and they were like her, and they still probably are like her now, but it's just something you've got to deal with and get on with, and you have to giggle about it to some of the things. And we come in sometimes, don't we, and we just look and go, have you seen what I've got to do? Have you seen what you've got to do? And we have a giggle about it.
I think it's great because I'd have never been pressured into anything, so it's quite nice to sort of experience it from the other side. Not that I did any pressuring of people into things, but and it's more when you watch it afterwards that you get this sort of shock of that actually does happen to some people, and there are some people that find themselves in that situation. It's just quite sad.
It's
that
quite
kids can
sad.
Be so mean.
It is sad because you've got to admit, when we watch our scenes together, and we watch when I'm sat bullying you, and I'll sit and I'll laugh because it's funny, but you've got to think that people other than us or other than our families watching it, we may find it funny to watch, but others don't. They'll find it funny to a certain extent if they're not getting bullied, but if they're getting bullied and they've been in that situation, then maybe the same day or the same week, they're just going to think, why didn't I do that? Or why did I do what she just did? And just say, I know it's hard to walk away, but you've got to. And you've got to put up with the flack afterwards.
Because a lot of my mates were proper scallies. And so there is a lot of stuff that comes with having those friends that you sort of expected to do. And I just didn't do any of it. And
yeah,
so
I was always that
eventually
one that never did anything like that.
You do get a lot of respect.